I need to get faster. A lot faster. And this is how I'm going to do it. Hey, welcome back. And yes, we are back to some running content. And ideally at this point, if you haven't watched my half marathon series, go watch that first. Click the link that's up here, watch that first, and then come back to this video. That series focused mostly on my journey getting back into running after taking isotretinoin for a year, and focusing mostly on getting back to running longer distances and being more regular and able to run those distances again. This, however, is going to be a speed training program. I want to get faster at the 5K distance. Yes, I want to get faster at half marathon distances, but I want to focus at trying to get faster at the 5K level. And what I'm going to do differently here is I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing, what my plan entails, and how I've structured it. And what I want to do is I want to show you how I've done that so that possibly you could do the same for your running. One big caveat to mention is that I'm not a sports coach or a sports person whatsoever. I'm an actor and a math teacher. So what I've done is I've done some research, I've done some reading, and I'm trying to apply what I've read to my running. So if you want to follow along, just note that I'm speaking from the research that I've done, but no real medical background. With that said, let's have a look at what I'm going to be doing. So I'm wanting to do 3 runs a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays over this 4-week training period, ending with my race day down here. Mondays are going to be my interval sessions, Wednesdays are going to be my tempo sessions, and Saturdays are going to be my long runs, ending with race day down here. So I'm going to be doing intervals, which are just intermittent, faster paces, coming back down to a slower pace for a recovery, then faster pace, recovery, that sort of thing. It gets you used to running a lot quicker. Then tempo is a sustained, faster effort, and long run is just a long run to get you used to running for a long period of time, maintaining good form. And that's all well and good. I can do intervals, tempos, and long runs, but how will I know what paces to run all of these sessions at? Well, that brings in the need for a baseline test. So I'm going to start out by doing a 5K baseline. It is Saturday the 12th of October. It's 7 degrees and it's about 8:45. I'm about to do the park run, so this is my baseline test to see what I can still currently do. So I haven't run properly since the half marathon. I've done maybe 3 runs and not with any specific goal, just to sort of go for a run. Really nothing special. So today will be the first time that I'm going to test it. So I'm wearing the Metaspeeds. I would lift my foot up, but I'm not that flexible. I'm wearing the Metaspeeds because I want to do this as a time trial. So baseline, this is what it's going to be like. So I'm going to go do a quick warm-up, and then it's time to run. Alright, baseline test done. I did a 22 minutes 5-second park run. Pretty good. I'm not disappointed. I mean, it's 2 minutes off my personal best, but that's absolutely fine. But I guess that's the whole point of this test. That's my baseline of not running for the last 2 months. In my baseline test, I ran a 22 minute 5-second park run. So that's my 5-kilometer baseline, meaning that I'm going to use this time as my starting point for working out what paces to run each of these sessions at. Hence why I brought in this chart. These are your 5K finish times, and these are the average pace you ran to get these times. So for me, my baseline test was kind of in this bracket, the 22 minute 5K time. I've broken it down by 30-second intervals. My 5K came in around here, meaning that my intervals are going to be the line above it, and my long runs are going to be 2 lines below it. My tempos are going to be somewhere in between these 2 paces. That's how I've decided what paces to run in my training plan. Let's say, for example, if you were a 35-minute park run completionist, or you ran a 5-kilometer in about 35 minutes all out. If you're doing the same plan that I'm doing, your intervals would be around the line above it, so 6:30. Your long runs would be 8 minutes per kilometer, and then tempo sessions would be anywhere between these 2. Now, on the back of all of these cards are specific workouts. I'll quickly show them on screen now so you can see what I'm going to be doing, and you can pause the video at any time just to read more carefully what I'm going to be doing on each individual session. However, there are 12 cards to read out, or 11 cards to read out, and that tends to take up quite a lot of time. So I'm not going to read them out all individually, because I believe that if you're watching this video, you probably can read. Have a read. That's what I'm going to be doing each week, and I will keep you up to date. At the end of every week, I'll do an update video. So end of week 2, end of week 3, and of course, end of week 4 will be race day. So that'll be one video in itself. One of the big questions that you might be asking yourselves is saying, well, this seems like a lot of hard running. Intervals, tempo, long run, there's nothing easy or recovery about any of these runs that I'm going to be doing. And the logic that I'm trying to apply to this is kind of similar to if I went to the gym, right? I would go to the gym and I would lift heavy weights almost every session, basically. I mean, yes, you would focus on different muscle groups, but you would lift heavy weights to develop those muscles. I'm trying to think of this as the same process. I want to run fast and hard to develop those muscles to run faster and harder. Another reason why I'm not going to do the easy runs is because I've done, well, the last training plan that I did focused quite heavily on easy runs, and I didn't find that they made that much of a difference to me. Maybe I wasn't running them easy enough, as in maybe even on my easy runs I was still running too fast, but even those easy runs I didn't feel like made that much of a difference. I might as well have just run hard. And those easy runs made me feel the same sort of stiffness and soreness after the run as if I were to do an interval. So if I'm going to have that same post-activity fatigue, I might as well go all out and do an interval session, which will benefit me greater in the long run. Anyway, this was a lot of information. I hope it made sense, and I really hope that you can apply it to some of your running. Before you leave, do me a favor and hit the like button so I know that this information was useful to you. And if you want to stay up to date with everything that I'm doing, whether it's with the Cessna 210, my horse riding, the behind the scenes of my acting career, or with any of this running content, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss an episode, and hit the bell icon so it notifies you every time I upload. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.